Well, welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and it looks like I'm not done with videos for the day. I saw the new Pokemon movie trailer live when it aired in Japan, and I was just kind of waiting until Koro kind of tied everything together, but it looks like we're not done yet, because inside of the new trailer, which you can find uploaded to the Japanese Pokemon YouTube channel, there's something very interesting that happens for a very brief moment on screen. So far, with all the information, all the posters, all the trailers that we've seen about this movie, it looks like a shot-for-shot remake of the original Pokemon movie. It's just Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. So it's just kind of like showing everything in 3D, except this scene doesn't seem to exist in the original Pokemon movie, because when Bulbasaur is fighting, it's against Donphan, not something that can shoot a fire blast, flamethrower, hyper beam. Something crazy going on, and the weird thing is, when I saw this live, it did kind of tick like a very primal part of my brain, like, wait, something's wrong there. But I was like trying to remember, like, okay, this is obviously from like the first scene of the movie where Ash is in the field, he battles that random dude, because that's kind of the only other time we see Bulbasaur fighting in a field like that. And I was wondering, maybe I was forgetting a Pokemon that threw out some kind of elemental attack, but no, that doesn't happen in the movie. So now we're stuck like wondering what this is, and it also shows there's going to be potentially new scenes and new things added to what we thought was just going to be Pokemon the first movie, which means now new generation stuff is back on the table. Is this a new Pokemon? Is this something else that just kind of happens that ties into something else? Okay, what? That just happened, and it isn't made any better because this exchange happened right before. I caught this on Twitter as well, and I was a little, like, uneased by it because, you know, this happened at 1:59 p.m., so an hour before it aired in Japan. Hey, Detective Pikachu movie, want to play our emoji version of Who's That Pokemon? Hint, it's definitely not Jigglypuff as seen from above. First off, pristine, top-tier meme right there. That was maybe one of my favorite quotes from the anime. But then, you know, oh, Fire Lizard, Charmander. Now it's Charmander, easy peasy. But also, now we have the hashtag emojis. You throw this hashtag on Twitter, and you can actually, like, throw Pokemon emojis at your friends for Detective Pikachu, which is coming out next month. So the hype is building on multiple fronts. We have the first, well, it's like we have the first live-action 3D animated Pokemon movie, but then we also have the first completely 3D animated Pokemon movie coming out, and it just kind of seems to all be going its way. So we got the Squirtle squad coming down. You know, you ready for the next one? Wait a minute. How many more are there? How many more Pokemon? Over 800, with more on the way. I'm really upset at the Pokemon social media with how much this just tease and make fun of us. Like, okay, yeah, we know more are on the way. And technically, it's always been that way. I think in, like, one of the Pokemon movies, the narrator's like, with hundreds, maybe thousands of Pokemon to see. And also the original Pokerap, you know, there's 150 or more to see. So, I mean, there's tons of Pokemon on the way all the time. But you don't do that after dropping Pokemon Sword and Shield a little over a month ago. When's that next trailer, Pokemon? You're not allowed to do this to us. Yeah, you're not allowed to do us like that. So, how many more hints? Just these two. Mewtwo and Bulbasaur. Sure about that? So we got one more clue, you know, Detective Pikachu, and these are the ones that we've got. So why have the Mewtwo and Bulbasaur as its kind of like own standalone hint when we have this new scene happening in the Pokemon movie? Things are just weird, guys. Things are just really weird. Now, what everyone was waiting for with the new Pokemon trailer was the new Mewtwo armor, which looks flippin' sweet. That mask is incredibly intimidating and just looks awesome. I like it, and we can compare it to the old, oh, not that one. I added this somewhere. 1 second. That one. Yeah, so we can compare it to the old armor. I mean, the old armor still worked. Like, 2D animated versus 3D animated, you're going to get away with a lot, but when we see this, you know, that had tie-ins with the anime, had tie-ins into the movie, and it just looks sweet, and it made Mewtwo like just a lot more imposing, but then shredded its armor and has crazy power as well. Now this though, this takes it to an entirely new level, which brings us to the merchandise speculation that's been going on for months now. Because Mewtwo has had a lot of movie merchandise, but much like we have with everything else going on in Pokemon leaks, the merchandise is relevant. We have the question marks, and those could symbol new Pokemon, new forms, and stuff like that. And a lot of it has been about Mewtwo's armored form. So now we finally get to see it, and it looks like it was supposed to be the big reveal. Like, now, that's what the merchandise is going to look like. That's what we've been waiting months for. That's pretty cool. And the movie also has new scenes being added in. So does that mean merchandise is now relevant again? Because what happens is you see this, you're like, alright, Mewtwo armor form, maybe that ties in with Pokemon Sword and Shield for armor evolution, but that was just like a throwaway garbage fake leak anyways, or maybe it's real. Don't even know at this point. So I mean, now it's just like complete speculation, and we're trying to see if anything official is hinting or guiding us with that speculation. But now merchandise is back on the table. I wrote it off. I was like, all right, looks like since the Mewtwo, the new Pokemon movie is just going to be the original Pokemon movie, I don't think they're going to be adding anything else in. Meltan got its appearance in the anime as well, so it doesn't look like they're going to try to ruin this amazing movie with the garbage that is Meltan. And other than that, just like a couple other things to point out. The new trailer is so strange because whenever humans are on screen, it just looks off. Except for Team Rocket. Team Rocket is such like an over-dramatized, stylized, comedic like relief that they work right here. Like James looks really good. Jesse looks really good. I love the scene with Meowth from the first trailer, or the last trailer that we saw, when it's like Meowth walking down the sewer and then Mew's running around. Like the expressions are really good. But then we see Ash and things are awkward. But overall, like, I'm down with that. I'm down with a lot of it. The trailer's pretty dope. The trailer's pretty awesome. Everything else just kind of comes together. But yeah, when we walk it back, we're in a pretty crazy place right now. You know, this is about Detective Pikachu, which is kind of kicking off the hype. Are we going to be getting a new Pokemon trailer soon to kind of get people back in the realm for Pokemon? Are we going to get an announcement as well? Because when we had the new Mewtwo movie revealed, the English Pokemon company actually tweeted out. They were talking about, you know, news from Japan. Actually, let's see if I can find that tweet, because that also adds a lot of relevancy. Like, there's so much overlap. I'm really confused right now as to why Pokemon just doesn't pull the trigger and give us Pokemon Sword and Shield updates. Yeah, this. So normally when it comes to the Pokemon movies, we just kind of get to sit back and wait until it gets, you know, the English release date and stuff, and that's going to be months after it's released in Japan. So we're normally like not exposed to this from official sources. We just kind of have to wait, let them get their Marshadow event, let them get their Zeraora event, let them get all these movie trailers, and then we don't see anything until months later, which usually is some kind of distribution. By the way, there's also going to be a distribution for the new movie, which makes a lot of sense. Every movie has it, and this one actually ties into Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That's going to be a code card that you get with your ticket. Then on the back of that, boom, you get your code, you punch that in, that's going to give you a Mewtwo inside of it. So I'm guessing we're going to have something similar happen with Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution in America. I don't know if it's just going to be an online code, if there's going to be some kind of like participation that you need to do, or if it's actually on the movie ticket you get. So I'm imagining that this is going to have a major release outside of Japan, especially if like Pokemon Detective Pikachu goes really well. This could be a third resurgence of Pokemon, following Pokemon Go, following what happened in the 90s when Pokemon kind of became a thing outside Japan as well. So there's a lot going on, a lot to keep an eye on. I think it's pretty awesome that there's going to be a Mewtwo event. Wonder if like, I'm starting to think about that from a competitive standpoint. Like, you soft reset it for the nature if you didn't already do that for Mewtwo, and the IVs kind of don't matter. I wonder what level this thing is going to be. I don't see like all the super crazy details about it just yet. But I mean, yeah, hyper training could be a thing. So trying to guide people back into Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. By the time this comes out in Japan, that's going to be July. So we get that, and then Pokemon Sword and Shield is going to be around the corner, and then the same thing happens when we get it outside of Japan for us. So distributions for games right now are kind of awkward, since we're just kind of waiting for the new Pokemon game, and then it's going to be a delay on Pokemon Bank. But overall, the trailer's pretty cool. Everything works out. This scene also looks a lot different, too, because like the original scene is more just like straight on, but this one has like a different camera angle for it. So it's its own thing. Pokemon movie, I'm excited for. I'm excited for Detective Pikachu. And now we just got to sit here and be all weird about the things going on. And yeah, there's Meltan in the anime. So now, who knows? Are they going to use this as an opportunity to rewrite a little bit of the history of Pokemon? Kind of change some things that they didn't like with lore-wise when it came to the movies? Or is it just going to be, you know, a major overhaul and then going into Generation 8 and all the new things? And maybe Detective Pikachu. Is Detective Pikachu going to show a new Pokemon off as well? Like, that's a possibility. I'm waiting that for Smash as well. I'm, like, expecting that one of the starter final evolutions is going to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And there's going to be some kind of, like, hybrid crossover news announcement when we get that. So, overall, things are looking really wacky right now. the news is just not as straightforward as I expected it to be. Korokoro is still going to deliver, and then we just kind of wait to see how that goes. So, guys, enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.